there is this reality of the viability of exhibiting movies.
Constructed in 1922, La Paloma held home to a golden age of theater. With talkies being cycled into the average American's life, La Paloma became the spot to go. They played movies like Red Hot Bullets and The Coens and Kellys in Paris, as well as hosting Charlie Chaplin. La Paloma was also visited by Mary Pickford, a co-founder of United Artists. But even with booming ticket sales and popularity, La Paloma faced concerning financial issues. The doors were shut in 1963, and for the next 9 years they stayed that way. But just as The Godfather was released in 1972, La Paloma was back with bands and 70s feature films. But this wasn't the final shutdown for La Paloma. Again in 1978, doors shut for a short period of time. May of 1979. La Paloma finally comes back, hosting infamous punk bands like Black Flag, Fugazi, The Ramones, and many surf films. La Paloma found itself ingrained into Encinitas culture. La Paloma is now a historical landmark. They've shown movies like Minari, Do the Right Thing, Run Lola Run, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The French Dispatch, Licorice Pizza, and Jaws, as well as hosting film festivals. They've shown foreign films, indie films, and cult classes like Rocky Horror. La Paloma continues to be a spot for alternative culture today. The theater has also been described as an architectural gem. The walls are adorned with gold in the style of Spanish colonial revival architecture. If you're lucky, you might even be able to see Maddie, the owner's beloved theater dog. But the hard times aren't over for La Paloma.
It's always been extremely challenging. Never been easy. It's been all-consuming. I tell people, it took a pandemic for me to take 2 weeks off, a 2-week vacation.
And even with lifted mask mandates, things for La Paloma have been rough economically.
Working compromise on the back rent, which is $300,000.
It's fairly easy to point the blame to COVID, but small theaters have always been struggling. Since the 40s, movie theater attendance has been on a steady decline.
Pre-pandemic, we were probably operating at me and Alan plus like 2 people, maybe 3 attendances right now. But it's starting to pick back up again. But that's mainly for more mainstream theaters and not necessarily for the independents. The independents are still struggling mightily. We've been dealing with also issues with our digital projector. It's been broken since middle of November, so that's severely limited the movies where we can book. In my mind, as far as La Paloma is concerned, our first step into getting more people in here is we need a working digital projector in order to play more current movies. I mean, we're basically been stuck playing, we played French Dispatch for 2 months too long, and I mean, we're gonna play Licorice Pizza until the digital projector is fixed because we have nothing else to play. And we have a film print of it, but they don't make film prints of pretty much any new movies nowadays.
Streaming services and the current culture of needing to watch things before you see spoilers in your feed is hurting independent movie theaters. Many movies are adapting forms of release straight to online platforms. The theatrical window is gone.
A theatrical window would be the exclusive engagement where a movie is not available to watch in any form at home, whether that be on a streaming service that you already have a subscription for, or what they call VOD or premium VOD, where it's available to rent for $6.99 all the way up to $20, $30.
Theaters are completely cut out of the equation, and as well as their revenue. Larger corporate theaters can afford their losses, but what about smaller independent theaters like La Paloma? Why are they so special?
I mean, there's literally no other theater in the world that looks like La Paloma. I mean, La Paloma has a long-term history as being a surf, skate, outdoor adventure film theater.
We're here to see Banff, which I've come to probably for like 3 years now. So yeah, we love this theater and it's awesome.
Small theaters have been struggling for longer than I've been alive. The art of theater is something magic, and independent theaters appreciate that. La Paloma has been a beautiful sanctuary for me to have the pleasure of going to and will always hold a special place in my heart, and I hope it does for others. Help La Paloma, attend, donate, and share its rich experience with others. There's no other place like La Paloma.